Lynn Lilly from Craftsmart and one of the Decocrated influencers, and I'm excited to be here for the second time doing DecoHacks. Those of you that tuned in last time know we had lots of fun hacking things from the summer box. Well, this time it's all about the fall box. So by now you guys have all got your fall boxes. You've probably got your stuff out in your house and you may be thinking, do I want to do something to one of those pieces? Well, I've got two projects today. So before we get started, I'd love to know who's watching. Give me a shout in the comments, tell me where you're watching from, and we'll do some shout outs in just a little bit. And then if you've got any questions as I go through the projects, feel free to post those as well. We'll do our best to answer them live. If not, someone from my team or the Decocrated team will answer them. All right, friends, who fell in love with this pumpkin? I mean, this pumpkin, I think, was probably, this and the ladder, the two pieces that we're hacking today were two of my favorite pieces because there were so many things that we could do with them. Now, to me, anytime I see something that's empty, it screams, fill me, right? So I thought it would be really fun and easy for us to create a little gnome terrarium inside of here. And what I like about this project and the other one we're going to do is that you can do these in a way that won't damage the pieces, and you can completely take out what you did and then do something else for it for the next season. So these are like temporary deco hacks, okay? All right, so to get started, we've got our pumpkin here, and I'm leaving it the same color it was. I know we've seen some great hacks where people have painted it different colors. You can do that and then also do what we're going to do today. So, a couple of key things that we're going to need. We are going to need some floral foam, a thin piece. I cut this down out of a larger box. You can get this at the craft store. We're going to have some faux moss, grass-esque pieces. You're also going to need some pins. This is where it comes in of us making this something that we can take apart. You can also use glue if you don't want to use pins and you're okay with keeping it together. And then we've got an assortment of moss and other floral pieces, some little stumps, and then of course we've got some gnomes here. So you can find all kinds of little miniature pieces online and in stores. I love miniatures. I think they're so cute and so fun. All right, so to start, we cut this piece down. Everything that we put inside of here has to fit in between these little pumpkin slots. So we're gonna put this in. Now, if you wanted to make this permanent, you could take some foam glue and you could glue it to the bottom, but we're making it so that you can take it apart. Now, we're gonna take our piece of moss. So this is a sheet piece of moss. This is messy, so do this on something that you can easily brush off. And we already cut this. I measured this ahead of time, but we're gonna put this in, right? And if you guys are just tuning in, we are hacking two of the pieces from the fall box today. And those of you that don't know me, I'm Lynn Lilly from Craftsmart. I'm all about DIY for the whole family. And I have been a subscriber to Decocrated for probably almost 2 years now, and I love it. I loved it so much I bought it for my mom. Okay, give me that shout out. I'm going to come to Lori in a second to give some shout outs. But what I'm doing right now is I'm going to get my hand in there, and I'm going to take some pins. I've got colored ones on here. It doesn't matter. We're going to cover them up. But I am pinning this sheet moss to the floral foam. So you see my floral foam is under there. We're pinning that to it so that it stays in place and doesn't wobble around. You can also pin it down if you want to kind of get it to go over it and kind of manipulate it through your pins. All right, while I'm doing this, Lori, do we have some shout outs?
We sure do. We have got Michelle watching from Maine.
Hey, Michelle from Maine.
And we have Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
And then we've got Nissa.
Hey, Nissa.
And she's really liking the gnomes.
Okay, Nissa's really liking the gnomes. Girl, you and me both. Okay, so I'm going to add a few more pins in here. You can also use T-pins, so any pins will work. And then we just want to get it nice, as nice and secure as we can, okay? So, you got that in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what's going to go in the center. So, I really like little stumps to start as my platforms, okay? And so, we know we've got a little gnome who needs a nice little platform, so we got to keep that in mind. And we've also got a little snail over here that we're going to put in. So, I'm actually going to use my glue gun, and I'm going to glue these two together so that they're nice and sturdy. Okay, couple announcements while I'm doing this too. If you still want to get the Halloween box, you can order by October 24th and still get it by Halloween. So if you've been thinking about it, this is your last chance. You got a few more days. Order it, do it. I got it and I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put that right in the center, and that's going to be where my gnome goes, and I'm going to put my gnome in towards the end. I pulled this little pumpkin, so like some of these little floral stems you can get at the craft store, all these are on sale right now at all the major craft stores, which is nice. I pulled a pumpkin off of one of those, and I'm going to just put my pumpkin right in there. And then I've got some smaller stumps. So I was thinking about, I could put one towards the back here, okay? And anything miniature that you can find. So I found this in my garden box and I loved it. So we're gonna put this on here. That's right nicely in there. And now we're a little worried about that staying. So I'm gonna put some glue on the bottom. And you know what, I'm leaving the tag on. So if I easily wanna get it off, I can rip the sticker off and I won't have glue on the bottom. So little hack there for you. Okay, so we're gonna glue that right onto there. Okay, we'll fill that in just a second. And then I'm gonna start to put in, some other things. And one of the keys to this is it's gonna be a 360, right? So that you can really enjoy it from any direction. So you'll wanna twist and turn it as you go. So as you start to put some things in, and some of the things, you may set them in and realize, oh, they're not staying, and you can add a little glue. As long as you don't glue to your pumpkin, you can get it out, okay? All right, so we're gonna turn a little bit, and we'll add some more. Ooh, have some floral clippers handy, especially if you've got some stems, so then you can clip off as you go. So I'm gonna clip these. Lori, do we have some more shout outs?
We sure do. We've got Susan from North Carolina.
Hey, Susan from North Carolina.
Let's see, we've got Joe watching today.
Hey, Joe.
We have Michelle from Iowa.
Hey, Michelle from Iowa.
Alicia's from Missouri.
Hey, Alicia from Missouri. All right, I'm going to start to ask y'all some questions because we are closing in on Halloween. What is everyone being for Halloween? So I know this doesn't have anything to do with your decor, but these are just fun ways for us to chat and get to know each other. So tell me what you're being for Halloween. We'll maybe do some shout outs in just a few to hear what your costumes are. Now, what I'm also doing is I'm using some moss. So you see these were loose. I put some moss in there to help pack those in, just so that they would stay in place. And I'm thinking that this little bloom of cotton, which I randomly found in my floral bucket, will fit nicely in my little pot. So you can put anything in those. And the nice part about this is that you can use scraps, right? So this can be scraps of floral pieces. And don't worry, if we see some of the underneath of our foam or of our moss, we can always add in some of our, the sheet moss. We can add in some of this fluffy moss. Okay, I'm gonna ask one other question too. What was your favorite piece in the fall box? Which one did you like the best? Tell me in the comments. I told you guys, I think I was between the pumpkin and the ladder, and those are the two that we're playing with today. I liked them because I thought they had so much potential to do so many different things. Okay, so now I'm continuing to move around, and I've even got these little flowers. And you want to think about also covering where your pins are, and keep doing your 360. And then I noticed, so we see a lot of that white right there, right? So can we, sorry, get it up in here, Rachel. Rachel's on our handheld. Say hi to my team. I've got a team of 3 behind the cameras here, helping me. Ooh, I don't like that. We'll switch that around. And you can switch things around. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bend that guy over a little bit. Move this pumpkin. So it's nice and manipulative, right? So we can kind of manipulate it as we want and bend that guy back so we don't see as much of that white. Yeah, there we go. And we put our pumpkin back in there. So I like doing projects when we can do them straight from scratch so you guys can kind of see as I go what I like, what I don't like. This is almost kind of like floral arrangement. Too, and you can kind of pull and go, and then if you do want to keep some of these things in place, you can go back and add glue, but I would say hold off on the glue until you're done, because in case you want to change something as you go through. Put this guy right in here, a little pine cone. How about you? What do we think? Are you guys liking it so far? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, please, so I can see what your feedback is. All right, let's go ahead and put our gnome in here. Actually, which gnome? I'm gonna let you guys vote. Which gnome should we use? We've got our little welcome gnome in our green jacket. We've got our gnome who's holding his planter in the red. So green, red, or this one's getting ready to garden with his watering can. Which one do you want me to use? Tell me. Green, red, or blue? Lori, when we've got some votes in, you tell me. I'll keep fluffing over here while you guys vote on which gnome. I like this to be interactive and we can do it together. Okay, let's see if we need anything else. What are we thinking? How are we looking? Rachel, you get a good view behind there. What do you guys think?
Pretty good.
I think we're looking pretty good, right? Where we need something? Yeah, right there. Thanks, Rachel. So, she's my other eye here. We're going to cut off a little berry off of this guy. And we're going to put this right under there. Okay. We can go ahead and put our snail in. Lori, do we have some votes?
Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's all over the place.
All over the
I'm
place?
telling you, everybody's got something different.
Okay, so I'm going to go with, I'll pick then. I'll be the deciding vote. I'm going to go with the green one because I like the little welcome sign, and I think this is cute, especially if we're going to put this like at an entryway on a sofa table. Now, you can just set him in there if you want. Use both hands to kind of steady him, or you can add some glue. We want to make sure that he is nice and sturdy. But I don't know about you. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Give me a heart, please. Give me a thumbs up. Uh-oh. We lost this guy. Let's add a little glue because this one will glue it to the bottom of the flower. So we'll put a little glue on the back here. So then, we put some glue on some of the things that won't stay, but for the most part, all of this is just nice and wedged in together. And just like that, that was I think 12 minutes. We're 12 minutes in. That was an easy, quick DIY. A deco hack, too, that is something you can do, and then you can easily take it apart and do something in there for another season. Maybe you do fall, then you switch it to Halloween, Thanksgiving. You can do a Thanksgiving scene. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that and use it over and over again and then do it again next year. All right, you love it? Let me know. We've got one more. So I told you the little ladder is my other fave. So let me wipe off all my moss here. So I told you guys the moss is a little messy. So cover your table to make it easy for cleanup. And then we'll put our little gnomies over here. There'll be a whole little gnomie village. Check out this one too. Sorry I didn't even show you that one. That is a totally different one, right? It's not totally different, but you guys can see there's a little bit of a difference in there. So they get different. I probably couldn't make them the same if I tried. Because I've got different likes each day. So it's kind of fun to see the difference in those, and I added in the little pot in that one. So 2 of those. All right, let's talk about the ladder. So we've got our ladder. A lot of you are using this for the tea towel. I've seen a whole bunch of different things. Now, I'm going to show you how to add a little sign to it and decorate it. And again, this can be one that you can take it off and then switch this out for another holiday or another season. So for this one, let me get out all my things. I've got my letters. So we're going to have some wooden letters here. I already painted my wooden letters. I'm going to show you guys the color I used. So this one is French wine. I used French wine. This is Craftsmart, so it's from Michael's. Any acrylic paint will work on wood letters, and let me show you. These are what the letters look like. I use these letters for everything. This is like a staple in my craft room. So this is what the letters look like ahead of time. One coat, painted with acrylic paint. You can do a ton of different things with these. This set is really awesome to have. It was like 20 some bucks, but totally worth it because there's a bunch of each letter. All right. So, and the other thing we're going to use is this little fall garland. You can make this yourself by just tying little pieces of felt and fabric together. You can buy these at the craft store. They have them pre-made. This is just a piece of one, so there was a longer one and I cut it up. But so you can either make your own, you can buy one, whatever your fancy is. All right, so for our sign, what we're going to do is I cut a piece of craft paper, and this is particle board. You can use real wood, but I had this as a backing that came with something else. So if you've got particle board, you can cut it to size. You're going to want to make sure that it fits in between the sides of the ladder, so sizing wise. It can overlap into the second one when you hang it. I think that's fine. But you'll want to cut it, and then I used my drill, and I drilled 2 holes into it. And then what I did was I took my paper and put it over it, made some little dots, and used a hole puncher to punch those so that it would line up nicely. And then I'm just going to grab some glue, and I'm just going to dot this. I'm going to do a little bit right around the holes, and then I'm going to dot the sides. All right, while I'm doing that, Lori, do we have some shout outs?
We sure do. We've got Destiny watching today.
Hey, Destiny. Thanks for tuning in.
We've got Lisa from California.
Hey, Lisa from California.
And then we've got people telling what their favorite piece was in the box.
Ooh, give me some favorite pieces.
All right, so Stacy said that she liked the candlesticks.
Okay, Stacy liked the candlesticks, which are right here.
Yep. Shannon and Jennifer liked the pumpkin.
They like the pumpkin, which we just hacked.
Yep. And then Joe liked the pumpkin and the ladder, so she's especially excited.
Okay, Joe liked the pumpkin and the ladder. You're in the right place, Joe. I love it. All right, we'll come back to some more shout outs in just a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to glue on our letters. I'm going to do my best to make them even upside down. We'll see, y'all, this upside down crafting thing. I'm getting a little better at it. But, you know, sometimes I try and do it so that you guys can see the right side. So we're going to put a little glue on the back. I'm using hot glue. You can use industrial glue if you want. You can use paper glue. It would really hold these because they are super, super light. Okay. So we're going to do that. All right. I'm going to glue all these on. And then you can also, I spelled out fall. You can spell it whatever you want. If you are going to do this for a different holiday, or maybe you make it non-holiday based, right? So you could do something that you could keep out all year long. You could do hello. You could do your family name. And I'm using wood letters. You could also write on here if you got fancy handwriting. You could write. Okay. Now, I'm going to write with my marker. I'm going to turn this. Okay, so I definitely can't write upside down. So I got to turn it to the side. Are we coming from the front camera or the top down? We're on top down? Okay. So you tell me. I can't see what you guys see. So I'm looking at my team seeing which camera we're on. Okay. So I'm going to write up here. So just right above my F, I'm going to write happy. So happy. And I'm writing it pretty quick, so my handwriting's not going to be super great. Happy fall. And then down here, I'm going to write friends. So nice and easy. You can write whatever you want, but I'm just using a black permanent marker. Okay? Now, we're going to take our letter. And then remember, we've got this. We can glue this to it if we want, but you know, here I am. I don't want to have things permanent because I like to change things a lot, which is why I love Decocrated, because it helps you change out your seasonal decor all the time. So we're going to kind of shift this guy around. Okay, whoops, we're losing one off the end there. And you can kind of play with it. How you want it to hang is up to you. Now, to attach the sign, you can do one of two things. Okay, if you don't want it to be permanent, you can use S-hooks, or you can also use screw hooks. So the screw hooks works because I use screw hooks in my other one. You can screw right into this wood. It is soft enough. And then you've got those hooks as well. Or you can do your S-hooks. So when you use your S-hooks, you just want to make sure that the hole that you drilled is going to be wide enough for your S-hooks. Okay. And then you'll want to get this guy on there. All right, and here I'm going to pick him up. Sorry, Rachel, I moved real quick for you. All right, so we'll get him on. I can't get him on in just a second, but you guys see what it looks like. Check out the one I have over there too, so you can see the screw hooks as well. And I'll fidget with this one to get him on under here so you guys can get a look at it. And while Rachel's showing you all that fun over there, Lori, do we have some shout outs?
Yeah, so we were asking people about what they're doing for Halloween, what kind of costumes and things.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So Nissa said that they are repurposing her daughter's dance recital leotard, and she's going to be a peacock.
Oh, that's cute. She's going to be a peacock. I love that. That's adorable.
And let's see.
Who else do we got?
All right, so we have got Lynette watching.
Okay, Lynette, what are you, or you're she's not, we don't have a Halloween costume from her. Do we know where she's watching from?
Annette just says that these projects are adorable.
Aw, thanks so much, Annette. All right, so you see, we got it. This paper, too, is different. So I use this leafy paper here. You can use any paper you want. And then the one we've got over here, we used just a nice pattern paper. So it's up to you with the look you're going for. You can even take your beads. So we've got our beads that came in the box. You can even wrap those around it. I've seen some of you guys do that with the ladder this season. So those are our two projects. What do you guys think? You guys like them? Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. All right, I want to know which one was your favorite. I always like to see the faves. All right, so I want you to vote for me in the comments, all right? So was project number 1, which was our Gnome Terrarium pumpkins. Project number 1, we got 2 little samples here. If that was your favorite, tell me project number 1. Or was it project number 2, which was our cute little DecoHack to add a sign to your letter? If that was your favorite, tell me project number 2. Lori's going to take some tallies, and while she's doing that, I want to give you guys some reminders. So, if you want the Halloween box, which is amazing because I have it. It is so cute. I'm in my studio here. This is the Craftbox Girl studio. My home also has Decocrated stuff in it. So the Halloween stuff's at my house right now. And it's so cute. So if you still want to get that box, you've got a few more days. You can order it now through October 24th. And there's a promo code too. So you can use the promo code, make sure I get it right, HBOX, so HBOX10, okay? HBOX10 gets you 10% off. If you order it by the 24th, you'll get it in time for Halloween. Sounds like a good deal to me, right? And then another quick reminder, winter is coming. I know there was a spoiler yesterday. So if you want to get that free shipping, make sure you upgrade to annual. There was an announcement about that this morning. I think those are all my announcements. What does it look like the favorite is?
Oh my gosh, it's really, really close, but I think the pumpkin is edging it out.
Okay, we think the pumpkin is edging it out. So even if you're watching the replay, still vote because I like to go back and check out your comments and what are your faves. So it looks like our pumpkin is our fave. I think that one's my fave too. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and doing these deco hacks with me. I'll be back next season to hack some things from your winter box, so stay tuned. What we did for this one was we posted, the team at Decocrated posted a survey to see what was going to be your favorite project, so we'll probably do that again this time. And that's all I've got for you today. I hope you all have a wonderful fall, a happy and safe Halloween next weekend, and I'll see you next season. You can always follow me for more ideas over at Craftbox Girls. Got lots of home decor stuff, and you'll see these Decocrated pieces popping up. All right, friends, if you loved it, share it, tag a friend who wants some fun ideas. Be kind, inspire someone. I'll see you next time. Bye.